Welcome back to the channel. Boy, it has been a journey today. This morning we started off trying to hunt for deer. No success there. The reason we did that is because we had to scout ice today, and that's actually what I'm doing right now. So we've been to the river, we've been to another lake, and finally I'm at a big lake, the big lake, Lake Sakakawea. I'm up here in North Dakota chasing after walleyes, trying to get on first ice here, and it is pretty sketchy. Let me show you what we're working with. I got a little hot tip from my friend Brandy that there might be some ice out here that is fishable, and there is a guy out there walking, so I feel a little kind of safer, but the edge is super sketchy. So I'm gonna pack up the sled, I'm gonna put my floating suit on, I'm gonna put my ice picks on. We're gonna try to navigate out there. I've never even fished this area before. I have no idea where to go other than this kind of general area. So what I did is, in order to do that, and if you're ever trying to do this on a lake, is I just went and pulled up the Google Maps. And one of the things I always look for is, especially with early ice, is, I don't know if you can see that, but on there's a point. And with early ice, a lot of times fish are still going from shallow to deep and back and forth and everything like that, and they're ambushing the bait right off of that point. So there is a point over here to my right, and that's where we're gonna boot scoot boogie over to, and we're gonna drill some holes and drop the Garmin down. And we've got about 2 hours before sundown here, 2-3 hours before sundown. So we're kind of nice and early before prime time. We're gonna give her a heck. Hopefully we get on some North Dakota walleyes. Let's go. The only part that has me really nervous. The rest of it looks like pretty good. Like this is, I don't even know how you're supposed to get out there. Pretty good ice. Pretty good ice, guys. If you don't punch through in about 3 or 4, you're in really good shape. So, and I can see the cracks too. That's one of the other things I look at when I'm checking ice, is the cracks. Not because they make me nervous, but because if you're on clear ice, then you can see how thick it is. And I'm calling that a good solid, it is nice clear ice too, really nice clear ice. I'm calling it 3 or 4 inches thick at least, which is good enough for me. But here's that point, and that's where I wanted to fish off of. So we're gonna go right to the point here. And I'm walking in the shallow area. I've got my picks. I've got my half of my floating suit on, courtesy of Striker Ice. Don't have my top on, but this is nice and safe ice. It's I mean, no ice is perfectly safe, but this is pretty good. I picked this point because you can see it's got boulders on it. It's got structure. I figure if we find about 18 feet of water is where I want to set up. Why 18 feet of water? Because we fish this river system, ice fish it every year, and that's usually where they're about 18 feet. It could be wrong, who knows? We will find out shortly. But pretty good ice, guys. Pretty good ice. All right, first hole we're gonna pop. Ooh, it is not thick. Maybe 4. Maybe 4. Got 6 feet there. Whew, I have to fix these blades. 8 feet. Whew, that blade is bad. About 10 feet. That's what we wanted, actually, right there. Kind of want to put a jaw jacker here. Kind of want to put a jaw jacker. I want to fish in this one that's like next closest to me that I'm pointing at with my 2 rods, 1 dead stick, and well, both of them just kind of jigging, and then 1 way over there with the jaw jacker. I think that's what I'm gonna do. We're going to jig with these 2. And we're going to put on this one is a jig. And this jig is probably 3/8, 1/4 ounce. I don't even know. A little white one. Perfect. We're jigging, boys. We're fishing, boys. I'm gonna set up one more jaw jacker over here by the other camera. I'm gonna sit right here with 2 other rods. Okay, we have 1 jaw jacker in. Get this other one going here. Same drill. I'm gonna take the little baby trout jig off because we are no longer in trout territory. We are in walleye territory, sauger territory, burbot territory, northern pike territory. The only thing I'm worried about with these little rods is both of them have 6-pound test because I've been fishing for trout through the ice so far this season. No walleyes, so we'll see how it performs. Finally ready to be all set up. So now on this one, all we're gonna put on is, this is a specially made spoon that I picked up a few years ago. Should probably cut the tail end off, huh? Cut the tag end off. Anyway, as I was saying, picked it up here in Wilson, North Dakota. It's made by just a mom and pop shop on North Dakota, but then on this one, we're going to be just jigging with a minnow head. We're just going to bounce that off the bottom. We're fishing, guys. It took forever, but holy cow, we're finally doing it. We're finally ice fishing North Dakota this year. Good Lord. 1 whole day of searching for ice. There's a fish down there right now. I can see it. It's definitely not my jig. So right now I'm seeing like there's fish on the bottom. I'm fishing in about 11.5 feet. And on my right rod, I've got just a 3/4 ounce jig. It's pretty big, maybe less than that, about a 1/2 ounce jig with a stinger hook on it. And then on my left hand, I've got that spoon that I'm keeping at about 5 feet, because there's like this constant yellow line that keeps running through the Garmin. That is kind of like, I don't know if they're fish that are coming through at that depth, but it certainly seems like they are. It's kind of weird. And so far, the only bites we've gotten is on that jaw jacker so far over there. Me and you talked about last Thursday.
I believe so. They might be done a little early, but we'll see, because they're putting walls up right now. They're not a whole lot of walls on that second story, and then bigger trusses, a day or two, and they'll probably have it sheathed in a day, so they might be done a little.
Okay.
If we get to that point, are we just going to tell them, hey, you know, we're going to take a brief pause for a couple days a week, whatever it is, and then we'll let you guys know to come back and keep going once we get everyone back on site and get it figured out?
Yes, I think so. Sounds good, buddy. Thanks for the report.
Yep. You have a good weekend, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, sir. Peace. Bye. Now we got a fish over here. Oh, no. This one's just a false alarm. Hilarious, Bill. You gonna leave me talking to Baca in there while I caught that big walleye? That walleye's probably pushing 20 inches, dude. That was awesome. Ah, man. I got my adrenaline going because I couldn't even say anything either. I wasn't gonna just like end the meeting. Oh, Bill, 18 feet of water, like I suggested. It's exactly where that other hut is at. So, but this one just went off, so that's good. So maybe they're moving in. I gotta check the time here, and because then we'll be able to tell if this is like, is this right at sundown bite, or what is going on? There we go. There's perfect. Right at the bottom. Cool. Let's measure this one. Let's measure this beast. You beautiful walleye. You are what I was after, buddy. You are why I'm out here today, dude. You stallion. You freaking stallion, dude. Get you on the bump. Oh yeah, 19. Close to 20, Bill. Close to 20. We'll take it. It's an eater. I wouldn't keep anything. It's probably pushing maybe a little bit bigger than I usually want to keep, but I don't know. Kind of feeling it. Kind of feeling it, you know? Kind of feeling that little crack, Bill. Ah, stacking it. We're stacking it, boys. Stacking that meat. Stacking that meat. Guys, this is like 6-pound test too. We're pushing the limits here. They get pretty big out of this lake. It's a huge lake. Whew, shaking a little bit on that one because I couldn't say anything. So I had to hold like all the energy in. Ooh. It made me shake. It's been a dream of this 2 weeks, basically, for a whole year, to come up here and crush walleyes with live bait and 4 freaking rods. You can have four lines in the water ice fishing up here. It's awesome. So you see my setup and how I had never fished here before. No idea where to go other than a general area. And then just keyed in on this point, drilled holes out from the point, 18 feet, fishing in 12 feet with our other two rods, and then like, I don't know, maybe 8 feet, 8 or 10 feet, I think 10 feet in that last one, something like that. But this one's been the hot one, 18 feet, and it's right in line with that other fish house, so they must be catching them too, I would think. It would be really easy to move right now. It's not cold. There we are on bottom. These are cool to set, so I reel it till it's taut at this point, and then it'll go slack again, right? That's okay. And this is how you fine-tune set it. And then you can see my line there. It's sort of going away from me because there's a little bit of a current here. It'll go vertical. And then I'm just gonna jig it into place kind of vertically or close to it. And then turn it on. And it's just jigging it there. Just jigging away. It's awesome. It's been working. It's been working. Can't believe it, actually. This will have to do. Basically, I was looking for something that wouldn't sink a bobber, because I want to put a bobber on one of these and then actually rip this thing around for a little bit. We're just going to do a jig and a minnow on this one. 2 minnows, actually. But I need to see if the bobber will hold it just above the bottom and not sink the bobber. And it looks like we're in good shape. Oop. Good. Oh, nope. Didn't get him. Didn't set the hook. Oh, there's a fish. Another Walter. Keeper. Huh, maybe they're just down there. Maybe it's just jig really quick down there. Could be a school down there. Perfect eater size. Oh, no bobber. Look at that. Oh, now I gotta get this off. Just gonna have to hand line him. Had to hand line him. Sweet. Number 4, boys. Number 4. That worked. Good deal. Good deal. Perfect hook set. Top of the nose. Just couldn't get the bobber off. Oh well. We got him. No complaints. One more, we got a limit. One more, we got a limit. These walleyes out here in North Dakota, first ice. You can rattle them up. So that's what we're going to try. We're just going to try to generate a ton of noise with this. See if we can't call one in. Finish out the day, boys. Oop, there it goes. There it goes. Yes, number 5. Mission accomplished, boys. Mission accomplished. Perfect hook set to the corner of the mouth there. Awesome day up here in North Dakota. It's beautiful. Missouri River walleyes are freaking tasty, tasty boys. All right, welcome to the catch and cook portion of this video. We're gonna be cooking some of the delicious walleyes that we caught previously in this video, ice fishing trips in North Dakota. And today we're going to be featuring the awesome catch and cook that we got from Jay Siemens. Big thanks to Jay Siemens for sending us some catch and cooks. What he sent me actually was a bunch of the crunchy kind and the spicy kind. And then my brother, Jay, why didn't you send me also the delicious lemon pepper? He's got beer batter as well. I don't know how to pronounce this. Probably he does because he's probably French-Canadian. Spicy piquant. And then there's these awesome also spices that he's got. He's got a whiteout garlic seasoning and a campfire smoked salt. And then he's also got some all-terrain. So I think just like chipotle is what it's called. And then he's got a citrus kick. So what I'm gonna do is, though, I'm only gonna use this one. We're gonna put after I fillet out further, debone the walleyes over here, that we're going to put some of this in a bowl, mix it up, and then we're actually gonna, once it's in the pan, then we're gonna add some of this to the top and the bottom of it. We're gonna saute it in a bed of nice, delicious bacon grease with some, not butter. We're gonna use, what are we gonna use, Steph?
Ghee.
Ghee, because Steph, we need the ghee, that's what. And the last thing I wanna show is like, Jay, why don't you send me one of these? He's got these awesome catch and cook knives. And that's actually what I'm gonna use now. I'm gonna use at home now from now on to actually debone the walleyes after we take them out of the pack. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take these out of the pack. And if you don't know how to actually debone walleyes, this is what I do. Show you guys how we take out the bones. So I've let these are actually thawed. They're about half frozen, and I kind of like that. I think it makes it easier to actually cook them, or to cut them up rather. So I've got 4 walleye fillets. I've got out of 2 fish, obviously. And I usually have a plate that I set aside like that to put them on there. And so right now they just have like the rib cage on there and stuff like that. And so what I do is then I cut really carefully right behind the rib cage. Kind of like that. And sometimes I can get right next to the rib cage, and then sometimes I do a bad job, kind of like that. You don't want to waste that meat right behind the rib cage, so then I flip it over and fillet it out like that. And you got a nice piece of delicious walleye meat that has no bones in it. And we could discard that. And then the last piece is then there's some little bones, like Y bones, that are right along the spine. And I take those and I just cut along the spine like that, real carefully. And then once you have those 2 pieces, then what you want to do is kind of feel like where you landed on the side, like, because you're going to be on one side of those Y bones versus the other. And this one feels like there's no bones in it, so I can cut this one in half. And then we've got 2 pieces of walleye that have no bones in it. And then sure enough, the bones ended up on this side. Oh, the last thing I do actually, you don't want that red meat. So if you take your fillet knife and just run it really close next to the bottom and you cut out that last piece of crappy red meat, it tastes way better. Now it's almost all white meat. And the same thing on this side. Cut that out, discard it. And then the same thing on this side. But this side, because we landed on, the Y bones are on this side. And what I do is cut just like 1/8 of an inch off of the whole thing, like that. And it also gets rid of the red meat. And then you end up with pretty much 2 more pieces, kind of like that. And then I'll do that for the next 3 fillets, just like that. And then the next step you'll see is we'll be breading them and getting them ready for the pan. There we go. Oh, okay.
Jeez.
All right, we're cooking with gas, obviously. So let me show you guys our side that we're gonna have. We're having previously cooked, and now we're gonna saute them. Potato slices from the garden with bacon and onion. We're gonna saute those in a little bit of bacon grease over here. This is gonna be our fish fry pan. So I'm gonna get this stuff going while we then bread our fish and get that going in our pan. Give it the old swirl. Gordon Ramsay ain't got shit on this kitchen. Put some of these bad boys in there. That's gonna be our carby side. then for our fish, like I said, we're going to use J. Seaman's Catch and Cook the lemon pepper. Gonna dump some of that in there. That's probably enough. Toss in our beautiful walleye that is now deboned. So hopefully the coating just kind of sticks to it. Kind of doing a dry coating to it. I think on the package it gives you like all different kinds of methods. I'll take a look here and read it to you guys in a second. But so far, it's doing exactly what I wanted it to do, which is coating everything really nicely. And then, like I was saying, we'll use the spice that's right to my right here as kind of the finishing touch. We'll sprinkle this on there. Jay says, I believe, he gives you directions where he's like, you can do it wet, where you're using water, egg, beer, or milk, and then coating it that way, or just dry. And he says 1 serving equals 3 tablespoons. So we're gonna do the dry version of that. Okay, we're gonna get this pan, the old cast iron, nice and hot. And we're probably gonna cook these on a medium heat because it's walleye, it doesn't need a lot of heat, but for our emulsifier, we're gonna use good old bacon grease. Nice, healthy bacon grease. And then we're gonna use a little bit of the ghee to cook it with, which is just clarified butter, just better butter for you. Some ghee. Nice healthy slathering of the ghee. Ghee, brought to you by Simple Truth Organic. It's simple, it's truthful. So we'll let that probably heat up for just maybe like another minute, and then it should be ready. It's not like the heaviest kind of cast iron you can get, it's just kind of like a medium one. Putting these bad boys in. And they're sizzling nice. I'm just gonna lay, oh yeah, that's about the right heat. You can tell as soon as that hit the pan there, we're in good shape. We might have to end up doing 2 batches, I don't know yet, because starting to fill it up pretty quickly. Maybe we can fit it all in there. And yeah, it looks like we'll probably have to do 2 batches, which is totally cool. So this will be the first batch. And like I was saying, I think now we're gonna next put in just a sprinkle of this over the top. We'll do another one when we flip it over. And I like to just flip them with 2 forks. Yeah, and then I'll just flip them. So I do like probably like 3 minutes on each side. We put these in at 548, so at 551, we'll flip them over. We'll get a nice plate to set them on that we can eat on. We can pull off it later. Look at this nice clean stove by Steph. Hey, clean stoves by Steph. TM, trademark. Thank you, J. Seaman, for the delicious catch and cook that we are about to receive, with a side of delicious potatoes from the garden. Okay, it's been 3 minutes. Now we're gonna flip them over to the other side. Almost perfectly done. That's really all you need when you cut them up like this, is like 3 or 4 minutes per side, and you're kind of there. And you can even see that like that one's about perfectly halfway cooked through. It's already starting to flake off on that side. They're just slightly brown and nice and crispy. I think J. Seaman's, this is so far, I've tried I think 3 flavors so far that we have in our repertoire, and I like the lemon pepper so far. So like the other thing, remember, I was going to put just one little sprinkle of that stuff, this one, to kind of top it off. That's what I found so far in cooking this way. Works best. we're also gonna have a side salad, and I've got these awesome, like artisan lettuce, and they're like real whole little heads of lettuce that I've been picking up from the King Super. And we're gonna have a side salad of that with some tomatoes, some of these off the vine tomatoes that they recommend. So we just got a really small bed of lettuce. That's kind of all we need. And then I'm gonna take some of these and wash them real quick. I'm gonna have some tomatoes with this. Take out the tops. Obviously, I don't want to eat that part. Maybe just a few more. That probably wasn't enough. Give those a rinse. And then Steph has to close her eyes because she's like, hey, that salad you made me, like, I don't know what you put in it. And I was it's kind of a secret. The secret is Alpine Touch from Montana. It's Montana's special spice. And I just put a nice layer of that on first. A little bit of olive oil. Extra virgin. You don't want the slutty kind. You want the virgin kind. And then some apple cider vinegar. Kind of goes over the top of it. A little toss. And then we can set that aside. And there's our super secret salad. And then while I got stuff here, it looks like we're ready to take the first batch of fish off. We take these off, set them over here. And then after that, we'll be ready to do our second batch of fish. How do these look so far, Steph?
Delicious.
Yeah, they got a little bit too done on this side while we're making the salad, but that's okay. I feel like the second batch of everything always turns out better. But they're definitely cooked, and you can really tell how they're cooked. But like, look at this one. See how it opens up right there? Definitely cooked all the way through. You're not going to get that dirty sickness. No Giardia here. We killed all the bacteria in that way. But one more thing of ghee here. Hopefully that kills our smoke point, it looks like, with our grease. Not the best. And then here's our last batch of the walleyes. Kind of shaking all the excess off, because we probably did use too much. Sorry, Jay, you'll have to send us some more. But it looks good, it smells good. It's gonna be delicious. There you go. We'll take care of the rest of that in the garbage. And when you see us again here in a second, we'll be eating a delicious meal. All right, here's the final product. Delicious walleye. Side of bacon sauteed potatoes with a delicious side salad. Here's Steph's. And we actually want to see Steph's first bite. We're gonna break a little, we're gonna be a little unkosher. We're gonna say grace after she takes first bite, because I gotta know, is Jay Seaman's Catch and Cook all it's cracked up to be? Freshest walleye she's ever had.
Oh my God.
Oh, her God. There you go, everybody. Jay Seaman's Catch and Cook, crushing it. I just want everybody to know that she's actually going for round 2 right now. Jay, it's that good. Killed it, Jay.